No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Greetings, comrades. This is Baxter and Jonathan from the propaganda network of Casino. Oh, wait
a minute.
So, Propaganda Cycle 101. We're all part of it. We're part of this game. Let's break it down a little bit and how this whole works. So, this kind of came up. It really came up from, it was just a couple days ago with this new release. That Fender just dropped the new Acoustasonic Jazzmaster.
It's everywhere.
Everywhere. You
can't, every YouTube channel.
If you're a guitar player and like you have Facebook or Instagram or YouTube and you pull it up, it's like, poof, poof, up.
Kidding. Start over.
I don't know why he doesn't put it in his pocket.
I do. It comes out.
Is it still plugged in?
Yeah.
Okay, good. That turned off last time.
Yeah, it should be working still there.
We're a professional operation here. Serious out. He just wears such tight jeans.
That's what it is.
And when he flexes, it just like shoots it
Pops out.
I don't know. Do you even wear a belt? No, you don't wear a belt.
I got a belt.
I have a belt. Anyway, so it's everywhere. And like I had people sending me like, Baxter, like, what's going on? I'm like, I know it's part of the machine, and Fender's got the machine down right. They know how to do it. But yeah, I had a lot of people say, hey, like, do you know about this? I'm like, well, of course we did. Like, and then they're like, why? Like, why does this exist or something? I'm like, oh, that's another question. We'll get into that later. But
yeah.
And it's just because some of these companies are there to make things exist, right? And then to buy them, and then
the
me to buy them.
most acoustic sound yet.
Okay, that's the new pitch. The
most natural.
I'd say an acoustic guitar is the most natural, probably. And I'm not being paid to say this by anybody. And if we are sent this guitar, we buy that guitar. And it's like a full disclaimer. So anyway, there's a cycle that goes to this whole thing. So a new product, a new guitar like the Acoustasonic. Let's go back to Acoustasonic 1.0, the Telecaster.
Telecaster.
Right?
Yes.
And that was so I remember getting a note from Fender. God, this was like months in advance of any release. And they're like, hey, you need to make yourself available like January 21st to, no, it wasn't January, some month. It was something 21st. I don't remember. It was years ago. And they're like, we're going to fly you out to Nashville, Tennessee.
I remember this.
And I was like, cool. And like, we have an acoustic announcement. It's top secret. They send us NDAs, non-disclosure agreements. We sign them. They fly us out. I'm in this cool swanky hotel. They put you up in a hotel, which is really amazing. They bring out some of their dealers. I don't know if they bring out, it was fun. It's a gathering of idiots, all wannabe rock stars, well past our prime, in this hotel drinking drinks on our own dime, but on Fender's dime in the hotel. Anyway, so they show it, then they bring us to this room, and then they bring us to, then they show us on stage, and then these weird looking things. And we all thought we were there to see like Fender's new acoustic guitar.
I remember us talking about it, like, what is it gonna be?
It's gonna be like the D28 with a Fender headstock or something,
right.
Which we were like, please don't let it be that. And there was this thing, and then,
I don't know.
And so that's sort of like the introduction to like the dealer network.
Yeah.
And as we see it, we're still in NDAs. This is months down the road before this guitar is released. They just wanted to get initial purchase orders from us as dealers and like, hey, this is what's coming out. We want you to sort of commit to these as well. We're excited about them as the line of Fender or the line of Gibson or the line of XYZ, from Taylor to Loudon to, who else can I think of? Spark.
The Spark
amps.
Amps. Those are supposed to be cool.
I've played one.
Have you?
Yeah.
Was it cool?
It's cool. I mean, it's a neat thing.
That's sort of everyone's response.
It's cool. It does a neat thing. It doesn't sound good. But it does a cool thing with all the apps and stuff that sync to it. Another side story.
I think it teaches you songs and stuff, right?
That's what's cool about it. It's not. I wasn't like, oh wow, the tones are amazing.
The tone's amazing.
That's like absurd. If somebody went down that rabbit hole and like, the tone of this is as good as what you can get from like a vintage Marshall. No.
Probably not.
But back to this. So that's sort of the deal. But then also there's a cycle of, all the YouTubers.
Right.
And so when this is close to launch, they're going to send this out to their major YouTubers.
Yes.
That is a huge like ads plan of all the manufacturers now. They have to, if you go to NAMM like and you see like the top YouTubers walking around, like the manufacturer's like, hey, how are you, Mr. X and Mrs. Y? Like they're as important as a major seller.
Part of it. Yeah, I mean,
part of the game.
Maybe more in some ways.
Or
at least equal,
It is, and it's like, and I'm not like upset by that. I think it's kind of cool. I think it's kind of neat that there's this new ethosphere or ecosphere, I guess would be the thing.
Right.
Of this hybrid universe. Like and like we've sort of entered this weird hybrid world, like we just like to talk about guitar stuff,
Yes.
but we also sell guitars. We're a guitar shop. Full disclosure, like we sell guitars to people. That's
You could purchase things from us,
or
if
these
you were so
t-shirts
inclined.
on Teespring below us.
There's
those
that.
things that we like. Yeah, like the casino guitars, the MTV one's really
Right.
cool. That one's been a hot seller lately. But no, so that's and we we are not paid by the manufacturers. Obviously, we actually pay them
We give them money
lots of money.
to sell their things, to buy their things, to in turn sell them.
It's just weird how this money just keeps moving. It's just a strange. This whole economy thing is just confusing to us sometimes. But so the YouTubers will get it, and sometimes they will send it out in mass, like
Yes.
to like lots of smaller YouTube channels. Like the major ones, they'll send, "Here's this guitar, please keep it, review it, do your thing." Sometimes they will send it and say, "Here's this guitar plus X amount of money, please review this, be kind."
Yes.
And when you're giving money, you are going to do a paid review. It's a different type of thing.
Sure.
If you're just giving the guitar, though, all these major, they can say whatever they want. They really can. They can be like, this isn't the guitar. We just watched Paul David's. He was like, I'm not going to keep it. I wouldn't buy one.
He did say that. Yeah. He's
Yeah.
like, this would not be the guitar for me.
Or-
And he was.
That
he
dude
was pretty
crushes
honest
it.
about
Though.
we love Paul David's.
Again,
to be
like,
honest.
we all have a man crushes on Paul David's.
Do you think that there are probably some smaller channels where they maybe send them the guitar, review it, do a video, it helps their channel, and then they have to send the guitar back?
Definitely. We have to do this too. From some of the manufacturers will send us an advanced copy of a guitar, like a prototype. Like we did this with Taylor recently with the K21, the new Grand Theater. They would send it to us. We have time to demo it. Then they send it off to another shop.
Right.
And in turn, I think we sent ours to Sims Music,
Yeah.
to Justin. I always write him a nice letter that says really mean things to him. Which I
Nice lever.
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 I meant to say letter.
That's okay.
It's been a long.
It's early
been a
here.
long, I know. It's what is it like 10:30 at night? I
Yeah,
don't know what
I
time
don't
it
know.
is.
Who knows?
We have no idea. We're in a windowless room with guitars around us. It's like
No
it's
sense
like
of space or
Vegas.
time. It's a lot like that.
With like you can't smoke in Vegas anymore, which is really weird, but pleasant. It's family friendly
it. I'm
Vegas.
okay with it.
I mean, Derek knows he was there right before COVID hit, or when it was hitting. He's like, I'm going to Vegas. But he brought me back a T-shirt from Tape Face, who is like my favorite America's Got Talent guy ever.
The last tape face
Yes.
performance ever.
That was it. The last Tape Face. Yeah, Derek went to it, which is like, I'm a
Okay.
tape. If you're not a Tape Face lover, like just that's all you need to take from Casino Guitar's channel. Like this guy's, he's a mime. Who doesn't want to kill every mime? But you don't want to kill Tape Face. Watch his audition for America's Got Talent. It's one of the most brilliant things. Just years ago.
I'm going to make a confession.
You never
I don't
seen it?
think I've ever seen Tape Face.
That's okay. That's why this is part of what this is so great about. We talk and I love
learn
him. He
things.
wears tape on his face and he's hilarious.
I figured he did wear tape on his
and that's
face
his mime.
because of his name being Tape Face.
But his getup is anyway. That's enough Tape Face. So,
I'm going to go watch it, though.
why are we
right
talking
after
about
this.
Derek going to Vegas
I don't
like an
know.
idiot?
Derek does the coolest things.
He does.
He does cooler things
it's
than
like,
either of
the
us,
thing
to be
Cove
honest.
is, I'm going to Vegas. Let's
See you guys later.
He got on his horse and he rode out there. He's like, yeehaw! Oh, geez. What were we talking about before that?
Guitars.
Oh, gee, you don't even remember.
Jazzmaster.
You don't remember at all. Well, I know that, but I mean, it's like we were like anyway. Somebody's gonna they'll like note me. Like, I can't go back and fix it. You're watching this in post. I can't go back in time and it's done.
It's done.
But yeah, some of these smaller channels will get it. They'll have to send it off.
Send the guitar-
Like we
some
sent one to
send it
Sims.
back. Yeah.
Yeah. Some will get to keep it and are sort of contracted to do a giveaway with it. Some will be paid as well. It's now even if you're not paid, you have to be sensible about this, because if you say a bad thing about this, the overlords of these companies will say, haha, this X channel did not be nice to us. No longer do they get nice guitars from us for the reviews.
Which, I mean,
it's the unfair part of this.
kind of makes sense.
You're not getting completely honest reviews sometimes.
Right.
That's just how it is.
I do think, because there's a lot of channels that, we all know that's happening. There's been videos about this lately about, things being paid and disclosed or not. I think with most of the channels that we love, that we feel like they have integrity, even when they're not saying, negative per se things, it's pretty easy to read between the lines, right? Like it's a much different review if they're like, I love this, it's the best thing ever, and like, oh, here's the sounds.
Doesn't sound so good, does it? And they'll say that sometimes.
Right. I mean, like we're all, this isn't fantasy land. Like we should all understand how this works a little bit. And be
Well, and
able to
like
read
this
between the
is
lines.
just pulling the curtain back a little
Yeah.
bit. It's not. This isn't like that unobvious. It's just like, oh, I didn't realize some of the stuff like that.
Absolutely.
I didn't know like some of these would get paid for reviews at first. But when it first got in, it's like, oh, that sort of surprised me.
I just remember never like thinking about that. Really.
You're like, oh, cool.
You know?
Like everyone likes this new product that just came out. Everyone loves it for something. It must be amazing. And we are obviously a guitar store, as I've said, so we sell things like, but we're very careful about what we put on our YouTube channel, and like if you don't see it on our channel, we probably don't love it.
True.
And that's like if it's on there, like we're not going to put every new guitar out on our channel. There's just so many guitars, even from one manufacturer, like Fender, Gibson, and PRS alone have so many new things. We can't put
them all out.
I mean, we could, but then it just becomes like we're just talking about.
It's just noise.
This is the latest. This Fender was brand new. It's got a different color. You have to have this one. It's slightly different than this one from the
Plus, if we put it on the channel, or if it's even in the shop, we decided that's something worth selling, and we paid money for it to have.
Because as a guitar shop, you don't have to carry everything.
No,
they want you to carry everything, and like every manufacturer wants you to carry like everything from like their socks to their top of the line guitar. Like that's the sort of cycle of manufacturer to
those sweet Fender fedoras.
God, but those are made by a great fedora company. I used to wear fedoras in my New York days a lot.
I could see that.
I used to wear like funny tall boots and like fedoras, and like I was hanging out with this punk band for a little bit, this cabaret, the World Inferno Friendship Society. It must have infected me. I don't know. No, I was wearing that stuff anyway. No, I was wearing Chuck Taylors more. I don't even know. Ruined my life for a minute. No, but fedora days. No, but yeah, there's all sorts of stuff. You can't, but that's part of the thing is like if as a YouTuber, like if you aren't getting the latest guitar because you said negative things about it, it affects your bottom line because the YouTubers generate revenue from their views and the ads that are placed on there, and then also from payments from product placement or whatnot, or I think we have a sponsorship back here somewhere. Yeah, Cavell Vodka. So our sponsor is back behind my right shoulder. Cavell Vodka. They don't pay us anything. We just drink their vodka. That's what that is.
They occasionally bring us boxes full, which is
now
fun.
Real companies, and you have a beard sponsorship or something, and then
kind of. I mean, they don't pay me. I just have a discount code.
Okay.
But I mean, so do like 8,000 other bearded men on Instagram.
But if you're a real YouTube channel, they actually pay you.
That's right.
Like, I mean, if Rhett doesn't have that beard sponsorship by now, we're talking about Rhett Scholl, Sir Rhett Scholl. Like, he needs to get that too, because like he's got a real channel. That guy's on fire. I still haven't got my Rhett Scholl shirts made yet. Don't worry, Rhett. My kids are working on them right now. They're gonna be funny. You're gonna love them when you see it. They are. They're gonna be funny. We got some fun ones. We're gonna do them for everybody, all the big boys. Those little dogs have to bark up there and say, "Hey,
that's right. Hey guys,
that's awesome, dude. What's up, man?
You guys are awesome. We love you."
Oh, I can't wait for the shirts. They're so funny. You can make quotes of things that they never said.
Yeah. Hey.
Okay. Yeah. So that's part of the process there, and then it's finally a release. So there's a big, massive release, and every outlet gets it, and it's like bam, like it explodes.
Right.
That's why you saw on your feed, Acoustasonic Jazzmaster, the most acoustic Acoustasonic ever.
Like within maybe 48 hours, but mostly on the same day, all of the big channels, that do reviews at least. There it was, the Acoustasonic Jazzmaster. And
as dealers, we have embargoes, so we can't do it before. Otherwise, you get slapped in the wrist. Right. And we've messed up. Everybody's messed up before, because it's we didn't do Pacific Standard, or we didn't. Right. And everyone's racing to get out because if you're not first, you're last. Ricky Bobby. It is like if you're like chasing this sort of like thing and you want the counts on YouTube, you got to get it out first, because then it piles up and you get lost in the algorithm. Yeah. And so it is a race, and some folks. But then it's weird. You'll see some non-shops will get it and they'll release it first. Right. And then the manufacturer's like, oh, we're so mad they did that. Are you? They're not. They'll say that to us, like, oh, well, you guys couldn't release it yet because we don't know why X or Y did that, but they're in trouble. Darn it. We'll tell them don't do that again, except for do the exact same thing next time. And sometimes maybe, but yeah. It's funny. So it's this weird balancing act and this tightrope you walk, and it's a marketing campaign. It's for like a new launch, and like when the Acoustasonic first came out, it was a new product, right? Entirely, like a new. And everyone's like, what is this? And we all kind of know now because there's the Strat, the Tele, and the Jazzmaster.
We got the Strat. We got the Jazzmaster.
We were all kind of hoping for a Jaguar.
Be cool because it'd be a smaller scale.
Yeah, different scale, a whole different. Or you know, I'm still thinking Acoustasonic bass. I mean, like,
See that?
I don't know if like
The Acoustasonic Mustang short scale bass.
I mean, there's something like an acoustic, like kind of like the U bass does something new. The GS Mini bass was sort of a neat little thing.
Be into that.
But do we need any more Acoustasonics, or is this?
Need is a weird word.
I mean,
it's a strange.
And we're just talking. I mean, this is what it was just all on our mind. That's what this isn't about the Acoustasonic. That's just our main. Like this one just happened.
It just happened, right? So it is not different than any other. I mean, like not too long ago, it was the Walrus Audio, the Juliana, the new chorus pedal. You know, everybody was demoing that, and it was awesome. But everyone demoed it on the same day. Probably not the collective unconscious. Probably because they sent it out.
Well, they do send it out.
Of course they do.
And it's a race again to get it out first, and everyone's snapping and chomping at the bit. They want to get those YouTube clicks. And
now here's the question. Since I mean, the internet and YouTube is so strange because maybe unlike in the past, everyone's sort of getting on to, okay, these companies send these things out. They all come out the same day. Does that sour it in people's mind? Like feeling like, oh, it's a propaganda machine? Do you think that is going to sort of foster some change coming up in the near future? Or no, does it not matter? Like we just all expect, okay, first day. And it's not just guitar. I mean, like it's other industries too. But
it's everything.
But it's, you know, is that going to change? Do people not care? Do they just expect it? What do you think?
I don't know, because like Apple became the king of this, and Microsoft, and like they have. It's fun to go back and watch the old Apple and Microsoft tech conferences from like the 90s and how nerdy they were.
Yeah. Like
when they're like, come on everybody, here's the new product. And they get
hype.
And it's like nerdy guys doing it. Like then then Steve Jobs sort of like revolutionized it and made it like a mythos.
Kind of cool.
Like and like made this cool like launch of like the iPod. Like, you know, your entire music library.
I found my iPod Touch the other day. It still works.
That's become a thing on the internet. People are like find their old iPods and like putting them on the old docking stations and playing them, and it's just funny.
It's like 4,000 songs.
Like which song, crazy. Like which decade does it or year does this remind you? And they play like a random song. It's like bam. It's like, oh, Panic at the Disco, first album.
There you go.
Like it's. But anyway, but yeah, it's. I don't know. I don't know. I think there's a. I think we are all becoming more tech savvy.
Yes.
Like even like. I guess, I don't know, am I a boomer? I don't know. Like, I guess, is anybody over 20 a boomer now? Maybe?
I don't know.
It's not like a real, like, but anyway, if you're over like 30, like you're an old man. Like, I think all of those people are getting really savvy on the internet too. So they're kind of seeing, okay, we see like this is a huge new push on this thing, or maybe. The same point, we all do like the hype. Like, I get excited about new stuff coming out too.
It does. There is something about, I mean, because I'm not really in the market. I know this is crazy for an Acoustasonic Jazzmaster, but just seeing all the videos made me think, oh, it's kind of fun. I want to go check it out.
I need one of these.
I don't know. Let's don't go that far.
That's what you
But
start thinking.
It does make it, you know, like, oh, yeah.
And everyone's talking about it. It must be cool. It's like, what am I, in 8th grade again? It's kind of, like that. It is. It's like, so.
Gotta have these shoes. Yeah.
Dude, I was looking at some good Nikes the other day. Some old like 77 high top basketballs. I got them. Like, they're really good. I might have to get them. Even though I'm I wear all straight socks, you know, in general, like these guys. That's all I wear. Like, if you ever come to the Casino Guitars, like, why does Baxter only wear that one brand of shoe? But I don't know if I can switch. I might, though, just to try it. I feel like they'd be hot. I don't know. Not hot like cool. I mean, hot like sweaty hot. That's
sweaty,
what I was, because I'm used to this fabric.
My buddy Jason Jordan in Nashville, I think he's like blazing guitar on YouTube.
Okay.
He collects like vintage Nikes.
That's
and
awesome.
I think sells them sometimes, but he has like the most amazing cool shoes all the time.
And when it like it was the head of like Adidas or Adidas or Nike, if you're European, one of those major manufacturers, like she had to step down because her son was buying them all on her corporate account and then selling them, like the limited edition ones, which I thought was really funny. Don't let that drop again. I'm watching. You don't move around. You stay there.
I've already got one strike.
No, it's just funny. Like, it's just like how you can get like fired from your huge corporate job because your son's an idiot. Because he's trying, I think he sold them all, and like his profit was like $20,000. Like you cost your mom her like 6-figure to 7-figure job for your 20K.
20K doesn't sound like
profit.
As much when you just put it that way.
Good job, kid. No, yeah. So the hype machine's real, but like sometimes like it's right on. And like when there's a new thing launching, like it's like you can, and it's awesome. Like we all get on it. Like sometimes it is just the hype machine.
Yeah.
And that's just what the guitars company's got to do. And
But it doesn't mean that it's not an awesome product just because of the hype machine. Like it doesn't mean it is, but it doesn't mean it's not.
well, it's just a neat, it's just a neat new series of, you know, like manufacturers tell us dealers about it. NDAs, sometimes they don't tell us about it, which is really upsetting actually.
Sure.
And you'll see it like on a YouTuber first. I'm like, we give you millions of dollars.
Right.
And you're not, we don't understand. Like we have skin in the game. That's a little bit frustrating.
That can be frustrating.
Like if we don't know about it, just so we can prepare for like, you know, if we're going to actually carry it and prepare marketing and prepare like, you know, storing it and figure out our budgets for the year.
Yeah, just get our head around it. Like, you know, the plan for the year.
That's upsetting. Yeah.
I feel like they're getting better at that though.
Some of them are.
Some of them.
And we won't call it names. It's, you know, some still try to like play like secret. Oh, no. Do you want to see? No, you can't see what's under here. No. But you can.
Don't show the ankles.
Yeah, yes.
It's like, yeah.
God, I love ankles though.
Ankles are great.
I'm an ankle guy. Somebody like, I'm a this or this. I'm an ankle guy. Give me some good ankles.
You guys should see Baxter's ankles. Ooh.
Nice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of it. It goes to the NDAs, manufacturers and dealers, none of it. It starts getting, you know, percolating out there to the YouTubers for holding, and then, but they get it right before release usually. Yeah. And then bam, it's an explosion. And then hopefully the product / guitar / pedal, whatever it is in store and ready to ship at that point. Right. It's usually timed that way. Sometimes it's not. Like the NAMM, they'll release sort of what they're coming out with and give you a broader idea. Sometimes they hold that stuff.
Sure.
Like the Acoustasonic, when it was originally released, was definitely top secret.
Yes.
And even when I was at the factory, this was really funny, small side note. When I was at the factory, I think it was at NAMM, or no, it was at some dealer event. I was at the factory, and they had like a whole huge curtain, like 60-foot tall curtains up around the section in the factory where the Acoustasonic was being built. So no one that wasn't working on the Acoustasonic knew what was being built behind those.
Gibson spies.
It was cool. That was kind of neat. Like, so even if you worked at Fender, you didn't really know what was behind those curtains because they didn't want that getting out because it was a huge launch. And it can blow, you know, this hundreds of thousands to $1 million of ad campaign that these companies have worked on if somebody releases it early.
Which, yeah, that's kind of crazy to think about.
We did goof up once when we did it with Taylor. When we were just looking at copyrights.
As one does.
Patents. I'm sorry, patents.
Patents is, you know.
We were just guessing. We were like, hey, we think this is coming out, and then they called us like a few hours, like, get that off the web. Like we were just guessing. Like how could you? Like we didn't know. Like you just tell us what's coming out. Like
speculation.
We're curious nerds too. It's out there. Yeah, apparently we nailed that one. Yeah, so don't do that.
Gone. It is no
that
more.
video, yeah. So that's part of the truth too. Is like we have to be very careful. We're not gonna. We have relationships with these manufacturers, and it's a line you walk, and like you can't be like, this new guitar stinks, pooey. Puh. They'll be like, hey, that's not cool.
True.
You sell our guitars. Like take that video off, or we're gonna have a serious talking to. And yeah, when we get it, it's a relationship, and like, you know, and we've learned along this ways too. We've made mistakes, they've made mistakes.
Sure.
You know, and then they come back and say, hey, we like your channel now. Will you talk about our guitars? Which is really weird. It's fun when that sort of circle sort of goes back and forth.
Yeah, it happens.
That's all I got to say.
I think that's about it.
That's it.
What do you guys think? Tell us what you think about the propaganda machine. Do you care?
That sounds so like nefarious.
It is.
I love it. The propaganda machine.
I mean, it's easy to make it like, oh, it's this crazy dark conspiracy where they're trying to get you, but they're not. They just are trying to make good guitars.
It's just a neat cycle of how it works now, and it's neat. The ecosphere of it is all fascinating now because like we've gotten to meet a bunch of new friends through it, like from all those zany guys in the UK to the zany other characters that do the stuff over here.
It's true.
It's been fun. It's been a lot of fun, and yeah, we've enjoyed it. It's just. It's different. It's different than that's why they all pop out on the same day. That's it.
Done. This could have been a 20-second video. All right, so tell us what you think. Hit like and subscribe if you haven't already. Click the bell so you don't miss videos like this in the future. We'll see you guys next time.